Hi! If you want to use the Expert Advisor that is built in this video and use it for your own AI codebase, you can just click on the download link below.
In this video, we are going to create an expert advisor that uses two exponential moving averages to generate buy and sell signals. The strategy will open a position when the faster moving average crosses the slower one, and it will use a fixed take profit of 150 points. Let's see how we can do that. We start Metaeditor by clicking the little icon or pressing F4. This opens the Metaeditor where we can write our MQL code. The first thing we need to do is include the trade library, which gives us access to the CTrade class. We do this with the include statement for Trade.mqh. After that, we create an instance of the CTrade class called Trade. This object will handle all our trading operations like opening and closing positions. Next, we create the OnTick function. This function is called every time a new tick arrives for the symbol we are trading. Inside this function, we start by creating an empty string variable called entry. This will store whether we want to buy or sell based on our moving average crossover signals. We then get the current ask price using symbol info double with the parameter symbol underscore ask. We normalize this price to the correct number of decimal places using normalize double and the underscore digits variable, which gives us the number of decimal places for the current symbol. Similarly, we get the bid price using symbol underscore bid and normalize it the same way. Now we create two arrays to store the moving average values. These are called myMovingAverage 20 and myMovingAverage 50. The 20 and 50 in the names indicate these will hold values for 20 period and 50 period exponential moving averages respectively. We define the properties for our first moving average using the IMA function. This function takes several parameters: the symbol we are trading, which is underscore symbol, the time frame, which is underscore period, the period of the moving average, which is 20, the shift, which is 0, the method, which is mode underscore EMA for exponential moving average, and the price type, which is price underscore close to use closing prices. This returns a handle that we store in moving average definition 1. We do the same for our second moving average, but this time with a period of 50 instead of 20. This handle is stored in moving average definition 2. Before we can copy the moving average values into our arrays, we need to set the array direction. We use ArraySetAsSeries with the parameter true to make both arrays indexed from the current candle downwards. This means index 0 will be the current candle, index 1 will be the previous candle, and so on. Now we copy the moving average values into our arrays using copyBuffer. For the first moving average, we use the handle moving average definition 1, the buffer index 0 since we want the main line, starting from the current candle 0, for 3 candles, and store the result in myMovingAverage 20. We do the same for the second moving average using moving average definition 2 and store the values in myMovingAverage 50. The trading logic comes next. We check for a buy signal when the 20 period moving average crosses above the 50 period moving average. This happens when the current value of the 20 period moving average is above the 50 period moving average and the previous value was below it. We check this by comparing myMovingAverage 20, 0, with myMovingAverage 50, 0, for the current candle, and myMovingAverage 20, 1, with myMovingAverage 50, 1, for the previous candle. When this crossover occurs, we set entry to buy. Similarly, we check for a sell signal when the 20 period moving average crosses below the 50 period moving average. This happens when the current value is below and the previous value was above. When this occurs, we set entry to sell. For the actual trading, we first check if entry equals sell and if we have no open positions using positions total, which returns the number of open positions. If both conditions are true, we open a sell position. We use trade. Sell with a volume of 0.10, which is 10 microlots. The second parameter is null, which means we use the current symbol. The third parameter is bid, which is our entry price. The fourth parameter is 0 for stop loss since we are not using one. The fifth parameter is our take profit, which is bid minus 150 multiplied by underscore point. This gives us a take profit 150 points below our sell price. The last parameter is null for no comment. There appears to be a small error in the code where the buy condition also checks for entry equals sell. This should probably check for entry equals buy. When this condition is true, we use trade. Buy with the same 0.10 volume, null for symbol, ask as entry price, 0 for stop loss, and take profit at ask plus 150 multiplied by underscore point, which is 150 points above our buy price. After writing all this code, we press F7 to compile it. If there are no errors, the compilation will succeed. If this was too fast for you, or if you don't understand what all the code is doing, you maybe want to check out the premium course on our website, or watch one of the basic videos first. Now we go back to Metaeditor by pressing F4 or clicking on the icon. Back in Metaeditor, we press Ctrl and are to start the strategy tester. We pick the Expert Advisor that we have just created, enable the visual mode, and start a strategy test. Then we should see the Expert Advisor on the chart. If you are already a premium course member and have an idea for a video like this one, you can send us an email. In this video, we have learned how to create an Expert Advisor that uses two exponential moving averages to generate trading signals based on crossovers. We have coded an Expert Advisor that opens positions when the 20-period EMA crosses the 50-period EMA with a fixed take profit of 150 points using just a few lines of MQL code. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.